Devil in a red dress. Call 911, I'm a killer.
Hey guys, welcome to another Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. This pick a card is all about you entering your supervillain era. So this should be a really fun and insightful reading, and I'm so glad you guys are here. Now, Auntie Amy Trashy Tarot readings are often full of profanity and other kind of cheeky behaviors. These are cathartic readings as well as insightful and helpful. And often some really interesting messages come through. So I'm delighted you're here. And if you're down with that kind of energy, this will be a reading for you. So I have done a bit of a pre-shuffle. However, the pre-shuffle stacks aren't part of the psychic linking process. Before you, we have 3 cards and 3 crystals. So these are going to be your psychic linking objects. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you each psychic linking object up close so you can get a better vibe of each group. Group 1, you are Cruella De Vil, the Chariot, and your crystal is the citrine crystal. Group 2, your card is the Witch, the Magician, and your crystal is the green adventurine. Group 3, your card is the Empress, which is the bride of Frankenstein, and your crystal or stone is going to be the tiger's eye. Okay guys, so those are going to be your selections. I will include a little video with some music for those of you guys who need a bit more time to see which group you're drawn to. Now, if you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures on the other side. Bye guys.
So you wanna go to war with me? You're talking like you think you're royalty. You think that I'm afraid, but I don't break. I heard you question my stability. You think I'll fall just like a guillotine, but I am here to stay. Won't look away. The storm is coming, so you better start running. No, you can't control, feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. For the throne. So you wanna be my enemy? You should've known I'd never kiss the rain. Ice runs in my veins, won't play it safe. I don't belong with your nobility. Who died and made you king of anything? You think that I'm insane? It's your mistake. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. I'll take it. I've come to take it. Kingdoms rise and fall. I've come to take it all. Coming, So you better start running. No, you can't control. Feel it in my bones. I'm coming for the, coming for the. I'm coming for the throne. I'm coming for the throne.
Hey, Group 1, all of you that were drawn to the Cruella De Vil card or the Chariot, or you were drawn to, and you were drawn to the citrine crystal. This is going to be your reading all about your supervillain era. Keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Auntie Amy's had some medication, so this should be fun. And look at this bitch go. Listen, honey, I know that it's hard being the baddest bitch in town, and really, it's kind of lonely, right? Because no other bitches are around for you to relate to. I get it, right? And I feel there is so much drive and ambition here. Like, just no one's going to get in your fucking way anymore. I feel like some of you guys get talked about, or are getting talked about, or are going to be the talk of your small town. Some of you guys live in a small town or have a small community, could be online, but there's people probably talking about how I'm picking up on this golden glow. Also, okay, PG-13. Is it just me, or is there something sus about the front of this car? You know what I'm saying? It looks sus. Okay. All right. Let's get into these cards, okay? I feel like you have a golden energy around you. And your supervillain status really is about you getting into this frequency of just loving me and not allowing people to I'm seeing people like laying down on, like, this car is like a train on a track, on a golden track. And every now and then people come and like lay on your track to try to get in your way. They lay obstacles and negativity, and they have really been shitting on your parade. Right? Yeah. And it seems like in your life, up to a certain point, you have really put up with this shit to the point of it being fucking ridiculous. It's just like you have put up with such nonsense from people. You've been patient and you've been kind. And I just feel this energy of like, not anymore, bitch. We don't care about being kind. I've been kind, I've been nice, and you're still doing the same shit. So you know what I'm going to do now? I'm going to run the fuck over you. So get out of the fucking way. I'm going to honk once. I may honk twice. If you're lucky, I'm going to honk 3 times. But after that 3rd time, you better get the fuck up off my track, because I'm telling you, I'm going to run your ass over. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you are just unstoppable. You're a force of nature. We have Leo. So fire, feeling a lot of fire with this Chariot. It makes me think of that old movie, Chariots of Fire. Remember that theme song? Running down the beach, bitch. We're running down the beach, bitch, to the Chariots of Fire. Yes, we are. And I don't know why we're running down the beach, but we are, towards some kind of great big goal. And we're high as fuck running down the beach towards that great big goal. And that goal has some kind of golden fortune there. But we don't really know what it is. But we're just running towards it, because we're sick and tired of shit. And I feel like I feel like right now you're probably in this energy of like, I don't really know specifically what kind of fortune, what kind of good thing I want anymore. Because I feel like that the journey on that beach where we're running to that theme song from Chariots of Fire, we're doing the game, we're running the race. We knew at one time what this race we were running was about. Right? We knew what we wanted. We knew what the goal was. Leo energy here. We knew. And now you're redefining it because now you're in your supervillain thing. And now you're thinking to yourself, well, if I'm going to have to run some motherfuckers over, then I need to rethink what I'm doing. Like, what am I doing? Where am I going? What do I really want? I feel like I need to redefine myself altogether. We have liar here. Yeah, you got people talking. Yeah, they're talking about this. Talks trash, gossip. You know it. You know it. You know it. We have music frequency here. I feel like for you guys, music's probably really important. Some of you guys may do music, or you may be interested in music or something creative. We have Insta. Oh, no, this is isolation. I thought it was Instagram, X family. I feel like some of you guys may have family who's talking about you. You may be a little isolated from family as well. We have collaboration and we have tattoos. You might have tattoos. We're going to keep going here. We have, my eyes are up here, mister. Stop getting distracted. The one thing about Cruella De Vil is she's a focused bitch. When she wanted that Dalmatian coat, she was going to have that Dalmatian coat. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going to let that go. Not a good thing necessarily, but I'm just saying that bitch was focused. She was one focused bitch for sure. We have narcissistic nymph, take back your own power. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I just feel this like flaming phoenix energy here. Like totally in your own power, owning your shit, and really going for it, running down that beach, the chariots of fire, renegotiating the journey, renegotiating the prize that you want, like renegotiating your next adventure. And that's what I love about this energy right here. I'm feeling Aquarius, honey. I'm feeling Gemini and Libra. You guys, I feel like you guys are redefining like your manifestations to a degree. Like you're realigning because you're finding out new things about yourself. Scorpio, you might be doing this too. Taurus. And so the things that you thought you wanted are shifting. They may be in the same vein, but they're a little different. The gold, that golden thing on that beach that you're running to the theme song of Chariots of Fire is a little different than what you originally thought. There are things that you have not been able to see that are being revealed to the supervillain. What makes you a supervillain? What people are really going to hate on you about and not understand is the intense focus you have, because your intense focus is going to serve yourself. And that doesn't mean it doesn't serve other people, but there are going to be people who judge you for this, okay? Black holes suck. Don't let darkness hold you back. Don't let people's judgment of you hold you back, honey. You do you. We have villainized people who celebrate themselves. Hear me. We have villainized people who celebrate themselves. We have to stop that. You should be your own biggest cheerleader. If you won't buy your stuff, how do you expect anybody else to buy your stuff? If you think you're boring, how do you expect anyone else to think you're exciting? Fall in love with yourself. I feel like that's what you're doing. Not only are you falling in love with yourself, you're exalting yourself. You're saying, I am that bitch. I am the shit. And I'm willing to put all my energy, time, and focus on being that bitch and moving that bitch to that golden thing that I want. And I'm going to do it with style. Because the one thing Cruella has in spades, that a lot of, well, supervillains all have style, but doesn't she have her own, like, it's part of what makes her supervillain status especially unique, because her style is part of her supervillain story. So I feel like your glow up, your self-expression is really part of your supervillain power, right? And I feel like some of you guys need to get used to being called selfish, honey. Self-centered, self-focused, snobby, bitchy. People are going to judge you. I feel like some of you might come from a very judgmental family. The people who do charity so that people notice them and think they're good people. They don't do the charity because they like to do charity. They do the charity so people watch them do the charity, so they can wear their little charity badge on their shoulder, so people think they're a good person. They don't really do it because they want to help people. They do it to wear the label, right? Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. Pissed as a parrot. Use your voice. Yes. I feel like these ex-family or family people talking trash, there are people who don't want you to talk. There are people who want you to shut the fuck up. They don't want you to use your voice. Oh, I feel that strongly. Like, you don't know what you're talking about. Boy, they have really put you down. They've really oppressed you. That's where all this power is coming from, because you've overcome that shit. That's part of your supervillain status. That's why they think they're judging you so much. It's because you've overcome the oppression. You've overcome that shit. And they're just like, oh, this is what we were scared of. This is what they were scared of. Because they knew. Whether it's family, friends, whoever this is. And I feel like some of you are coming for them. That's what a lot of this force is as well, this focus. I'm coming for you, bitch. Yeah, we have influencer here. Yeah. Your energy is going to have influence on others. Okay? Definitely. That's why they want you to shut the fuck up. Some of them don't want you to influence other people in this circle. Like, they don't want you to be able to, like, have any impression on anyone else. They do not want people to listen to you. Now, some of you, this is a broader thing. This is more people. Like, if you have a platform, this is more fucking people, honey. This is more followers. This is more attention. And you've been focused as fuck, okay? If this is work, this is more attention at work. If this is love, we have hearts here, okay? So I'm feeling that too. It's more attention. People are paying attention to you. But you deserve it. Don't you dare doubt it. You're a supervillain. Of course you don't doubt it. You know you're worthy of this shit. Okay? You know you are. Get fucked. I can picture Cruella De Vil, like, driving down the road with her middle finger up, saying, fuck all y'all. I got my coat. I got my coat now, bitch. I'm that bitch. I'm that bitch. You're coming for somebody. Some of you guys got someone that you're coming for. I feel like for some of you, this is like a glow up revenge. A revenge glow up on some level, okay? Now, it doesn't mean that you're not like a high vibe kind of person. You can be a high vibe kind of person and have a glow up, a revenge glow up. You're just growing, okay? You're just growing and glowing and looking like a snack. And you can't help it. You're that bitch. You just are, honey. And it just happened that way. And you're going a little feral. Oh my. Oh my, putty cat. Oh my. Now pick up on the wildness in this card, y'all. Look how wild she looks. And look at this feral card. Listen, I'm telling you, any motherfucker who steps to you in the next year or so, I pity that bitch. You are going to wipe the floor. And whoever is lying and talking trash on you, they better watch it. Especially if you engage in magic. I feel like your magical ability is going to go feral. Like your magic is just going to get wild. Like, and I mean wild in power. I don't mean wild in shots. I mean like you're going to get like real focused, and when you hit your marks, it is going to be explosive. In more ways than one, honey. In more ways than one. Okay. We have change. Boom. Yeah. Some people are talking about this change, this supervillain change. And you know what? You don't give a flying fuck. You don't give two shits. And you know what? What's really ironic about this is that they know it, but they can't shut the fuck up about it. They can't stop talking about how you don't seem to give a shit because they care so much about what you're doing. We have the journey. Yeah, you're definitely going somewhere. You're definitely going somewhere so focused. Like, you're going to run this bitch over. You are absolutely going to just mow them to the ground if they get in your way. And we have vengeance. Boom. Yes. Yes. All these people who talk to you like you are a piece of garbage, they are going to watch you glow up. They are watching this change and they are hating it. And yes, it's giving them something to talk about. And I feel like there is such envy here with this person. And you're just like, yes, darling, yes, worship my greatness. Worship me, I am that bitch, you stupid bitch. We have not so pretty Ricky. They think they are cute and still have it going on, but they as ugly as hell, energetically and physically. I feel like whoever has been talking shit on you is going to have an energetic reveal through their appearance. You know what I'm saying? All that fake shit, all that rot within. Because I feel like this person has wished some really, maybe a different energy, okay? But for some of you, there's somebody who has wished some really nasty shit on you, okay? And I feel like this has been during a time where you've really done some deep work, and man, it's coming back. Maybe you guys have done a return to sender or something, but it's coming back with a vengeance. Because it's just like, you're just so in your power. You're just so in like, I giveth not one shitteth. I'm on my own journey, man. I do not care. Get fucked for real, because I'm going feral. I feel like there are going to be people in a few months who are going to be like dodging you. They may already be, but there are people that are going to get scared. They're going to become intimidated. I feel like your energy is growing. Your power is growing. We have bait and switch. Promises dreams, but leaves others drained. I feel like you have called back your power. As quickly as they appear, the faster they will vanish. Yeah, see, I feel like this is what I'm feeling with these two cards, because I'm reading intuitively. I'm feeling like the chaos and the energetic drains that at once were upon you, probably by this energy, this lying energy, this gossiping energy. It feels family for some of you guys, but for some of you it's not. I feel like you have called back your power. And because of that, it's like they're reaping a kind of chaos in their own life, and they're not able to put together, maybe you guys have done a spell, like they're not able to put together that the more they gossip about you, the more they project this negativity onto you through their verbal diarrhea, the more they have these explosions of really, for some of them, they're very odd things, odd strangeness. For some of them, they're like negative stuff, negative shit keeps happening in their life. Okay. And it's like a projection of their negativity that they're throwing at you. For some of them, it's just they get together, they talk shit, and it's like they're building this cone of negativity that's kind of coming at you. And you have got to the point in your journey where you are so powerful that it's like, get fucked. Nuh-uh, we're not doing that shit. And you have become this force of almost chaotic energy. So as they talk about you, the chaos comes back to them. And it's just like, yeah, it's powerful. And I feel like some of you are transmuting this negative energy. You've learned how to transmute it, or you've learned how to transmute it, or you're learning how to transmute it. And it is like the engine of this glow up. Like the more trash that's talked on you, the more hateful fucking energy they throw at you, the bigger this glowing energy from within. The more energy you have for the glow up, the more energy you have for focus, the more energy you have to work on the things you want to, the more energy you have to run over the people who get in your way, which would be these people talking trash. So it's like they fuel their own consequences. Some of you guys, if you are doing magic like this or transmuting like this, very smart, very smart, very smart. Bravo, bravo. I'm very impressed. Bravo, bravo. Okay, we have Pandora, curiosity. Ooh. There's some irresistible energy with you. Yes. This supervillain is irresistible. It's like, well, that's the influencer energy, the irresistible. Why people come towards you, why people want to like hit the like button, why people want to like be close to your energy, want to get to know you, whether it's online or in person, whatever this is, more attraction energy, because they're curious about the power. Look how powerful this card is. Like, it's powerful, y'all. It's a powerful card. And it's going places, it's speed demoning. Is that a word? Demoning. Is demoning a word? Anyway, it's going real flat. We're going real fast down the road. My tongue is so heavy. It's going really fast down the road. And people are curious about where you're going, where'd the coat come from, who does your hair, and how do I get in the car? People want to know. They want to know what's going on with you. And I feel like the curiosity about you is going to grow. Some people will want to know how you did it, how you got to where you are. Okay? We have knowledge with Pythia. Okay, so for me, Pythia is also about psychic ability. And I feel like for you guys, you probably are really good at following your gut. It's probably how you got where you are. It's probably how you've learned how to transmute some of this energy that you've been getting, the negativity, the judgment. Some of you guys have a family that just talks trash all the time. And it can be tough growing up in a family like that, but you're all about change. Werewolf here. You may be a Cancer. Pisces or Scorpio too. We have health. Some of you guys, this glow up has to do with your health improving. It doesn't mean a cure. It just means you're going to start feeling physically better. Okay. You're going to start feeling more rested or have more vitality because she's more focused. Okay. The Chariot card with Cruella there is very focused because you're no longer taking in other people's opinion on your health, on the way you look, or the way you live your life. Your give a damn is permanently broken. And I gotta say, as someone who deals with health issues, sometimes when it comes to health issues you've been dealing with for a long time, A lot of people get attitudes and opinions about what you should be doing. They give you lots of advice, right? And I got to tell you, sometimes it's best to listen to yourself and your doctor. And that's it. And everyone else can go get fucked. Do what feels good and right to you and your doctor. And everyone else can save their opinions, because it's your body and you're the one that has to, deal with your health issues every day. They don't. So they're not invited to that party unless you invite them. And don't invite them, honey. Don't invite other people's opinion, especially if you've been sick for a long time. Now, if you have a health issue and you're just learning about it, that's completely different. But remember, you know your body better than anyone because you live in it. It's your vessel. So don't let anyone, especially these people, because some of you guys may have family or friends who talk about your illness, because your illness or chronic issue may affect the quality of your life, meaning you don't show up like you used to. It's affected your ability to do things like you used to do. And so they judge you very harshly. And a lot of you are going to find that you just are able to show up more. You feel more rested. Maybe you're able to participate a little bit more. And as you do, you're going to find that people haven't been as kind as you think. They haven't looked the other way like you think. They haven't been as gracious with you as you think. And the more that you are around people after being kind of separated because you've been taking care of yourself, the more you find the truth. Okay? And this can create a lot of sense of betrayal. And it can make you feel, it can really give you a sense of self, because you realize, in essence, that it's you. And I feel like this group comes to that realization, that the answer is you. It's been you all along. You are the answer. You are the answer to the changes you want to make. You are the answer to the dream you want to fulfill. And there is no one that is going to support you or help you but you. And when the universe begins to see you kind of move towards it, it will support you. And along the way, on the journey, you will find that your goal, your dream will change. It will morph. Because many of you, maybe for the first time, may find that the goal or dream you thought you had is going to change. It's going to morph. It'll be of the same kind of theme, but it will be a little different, because now you are in your supervillain era. And so you may start feeling guilty, because you may start wanting things that feel selfish. It may feel like I have no business wanting things like this. Like I feel shame about wanting, maybe you want a new house. Maybe you want to have nicer things. Maybe you want to fulfill things like that. And it feels wrong. It's not wrong to want to have nice things. It's not wrong to have those as goals. We have to remove the shame about wanting things, that you can be spiritual and you can also want to have things. It's not a bad thing. We're just acknowledging that we're both human and spiritual. Okay? It's not masking or hiding who we are as human beings. It's accepting both sides of ourselves. Okay? It's okay for you to want to have romantic love and be working in the spiritual realm. It's okay for you to want to have a fulfilling life. It's okay for you to not to want to suffer, That's okay. It's all right. All right. And you deserve to have a beautiful life. You deserve to have good experiences. And here's the thing. You don't have to be like a spiritual guru to help the collective. You can just live a fulfilling life that's balanced in your human expression and your spiritual expression. And you help the collective that way, just by being you, being authentically you, and living your highest expression of that as you can in each moment. So, and I feel like for you, in many ways, that feels like you living and entering a supervillain status, because people don't expect that from you, because I feel like you've been so oppressed. You've gone along with the programming. You've gone along with what people have told you or expected of you. And I feel like many of you, probably from about 2020 till now, have been trying to change tracks. You've been trying to kind of change tracks. And some of you have done it slowly. Some of you have, hit a wall where you actually had to change tracks completely, and some of you have just started. You're at different places. But the bottom line is that group 1, you are definitely moving into a supervillain status. Some of you didn't even move into villain. You're just going straight from being, the person who was, the underdog to a supervillain. Okay? And it's not superhero, it's supervillain, because people are going to look at you really being your own hero, being your own superhero, as being a supervillain to them. Because they're going to think you're being selfish. Because in reality, they have been very selfish with you. They haven't been good to you. And because you're no longer fulfilling their expectations, they're going to call you the bad one, the wicked one, the supervillain. All right? And that's why. Okay, you're not the bad guy. You're not the bad guy. You're just the person who's no longer taking any shit from anyone. And you're sticking up for yourself. And I want to say I'm really proud of you. Okay? All right, group 1, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 2, all of you that selected the magician or the witch, and you were drawn to the green aventurine crystal. This is going to be your reading all about your super villain era. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So don't let the appearance of this card fool you. Okay. You are one beautiful, ravishing, luscious bitch. Okay. I feel like what we're looking at here is a very old soul, a very gifted and talented, mischievous old soul. And what I'm getting here for you guys is that, there's all these stories about witches' glamours, right? And how we have the ability to kind of morph our appearance and whatnot with magic. But what I feel for you is that the glamour is really your beauty revealed, okay? The glamour is, the beauty is revealed, the inner beauty is revealed outwardly, all right? And so I feel like there's something very striking about your hair for a lot of you. And I feel like there's something memorable about your eyes. They're very piercing. I feel like you're very witchy and very psychic, and incredibly gifted. You're also intimidating. And this appearance, this vibe is all part of your supervillain image, your status, your vibe. Okay. Now what I'm getting is we have this little child here. And I feel like for some of you, part of your supervillain status is you have this little innocent, playful, child type energy. And a lot don't know behind this like innocent is this very powerful energy. Okay. You might be a Gemini as well, or a Libra or an Aquarius. You might have some air as well. Yeah, it feels very powerful. I'm feeling a lot of Pisces here as well. I feel like if it doesn't resonate about the you know, having like a dual nature, having like a outward kind of identity or an outward mask and an inner truth. Like, there may be things that like this part of yourself has been hidden, like, you know, like Superman and Clark Kent kind of thing, only you're a supervillain. So I can't think of a supervillain right now that is hidden like this, but like Superman's coming to mind. Anyway, I feel like a lot of you might have a very close familiar also, that has helped you along the journey, or a spirit, or a god form, or a goddess, some kind of very close spirit, that has helped you come into power, the power that you possess. This is a very powerful group two. You are spiritually powerful, you are psychically powerful, and you are manifesting. Your magic is manifesting, okay? That's part of you moving into this supervillain status, because there's this connection that's going to begin to be made, that the magic you've been doing, the manifestations, whatever you've been doing, honey, whatever you've been doing is going to begin to affect your life. You're going to begin to see it manifest. Like if you've been doing glamour magic, if you've been doing like working on your body, working on your vessel, you're going to begin to see that manifest. If you've been working on your money, you're going to begin to see that manifest. If you've been working on your relationship, whatever it is, and you're going to feel validated. That validation is going to be a pathway to self-empowerment, which is going to lead to a kind of self-illumination. And you're going to become aware that you've been following intuitive hits within yourself. A lot of you guys know this, okay? I'm talking to those of you who don't know, okay? Because some of you guys are further along, okay? You're aware that you are this witch bitch, okay? Watch out for those who have that fetish, okay? Because you know, there are people who have this little witchy fetish, you know what I'm saying? So watch out for those, okay? All right, so let's get into these cards and see what came out for you. Now, keep in mind, it's a general reading. I don't know if I said that or not. So it's a general reading, so just take what resonates. Okay. Psycho Spirit, use your inner guidance. Yeah. I think you're scary because your connection to spirit is real. It intimidates the fuck out of people who don't have this real connection. Like, real sees real. Hi, real. How are you? Real sees real and acknowledges real. Okay? And for the fake ass bitches, you scare them. Like, they don't know what to do with your realness, like your real gifts. It's intimidating. You know, you can be, like, example, tarot. You can read tarot and not really, you know, be that gifted as far as like psychically. You can have like, you can memorize the book. You can get a good feel intuitively for people and, you know, empathically have a good feel for people's emotions and things like that. And you can give someone a decent tarot reading, okay? It's a whole different way of approaching tarot. It's like a mental, approaching tarot from a mental space, okay? But some people read tarot at a different level. They're reading from a psychic space, which if you both know the cards and you also are reading at a psychic space, it opens the cards up to a whole new dimension, okay? That's you. You open up these psychic experiences to a whole new dimension. And some of you guys are not there yet, but you're about to cross the threshold, and you're going to make connections about your gifts that are going to be very powerful. It's almost like the socket that you've been plugged into and your plug-in has been the wrong voltage. And finally, you're going to plug into the right voltage, okay? And it's going to be your supervillain voltage. And people are going to feel very intimidated by you. Okay? They're going to feel scared because your energy in your vessel is going to change. Like your aura is going to change. The energy you give off. People are going to feel this change because it's when your consciousness makes the connections. And there's a lot of like, it's like you go back and you start thinking about certain things in your life. And the things like the psychic hits, the decisions you made, and how they all kind of click together. And you start to become aware of how really attuned you are. And that awareness of that level of attunement, it actually helps lift your vibration and your frequency. Okay, so this supervillain status really is about a power up for you. It is an ascension of you. Okay, and it's a supervillain thing because other people are going to be so, for some of you, the words like caught off guard, intimidated, scared. Some of you guys are, your psychic abilities or your connections to the dead or the other side are going to be so intense. They're going to be so dead on that it's going to make people really it's going to shock them a little bit. Okay? It may even shock you. But these moments of powerful connection help you come to terms with your gifts and abilities so that you can begin to hone them and you begin to learn how to work with them to expand them. Because you want to take these gifts that you have and you become aware of, and you don't just want to become aware of them, you want to actually expand them as far as they will go. Because once you do that, you can again level up the intensity, level up the awarenesses, and go forward. Because I feel like group 2, you are extremely gifted and talented. Okay, and whatever this is. Some of you guys, this psychic ability will be expressed in creativity. For some of you, this psychic ability will be expressed in some kind of work you do with the public. For others, this is something in a profession that you will use to give you the edge over someone. It makes you a supervillain because you're using your gifts and talents as a kind of edge over competition. And some people may feel like, they may feel that subconsciously, like somehow you're getting over on people, and you're not. You're just using everything you've been given. And one of the best advices I ever received from Lilith, and I didn't really understand this when I got it, okay? It's very simple, but it's also very complex. When I was in bed, I had been in bed for 6 years, basically, about 90% of the time. I always say 80, but to be fair, it was about 90% of the time. And she told me, of course, I didn't know it was her saying this at the time, okay, that I was going to need to use everything I had to get out of bed and to move forward in my life. And everything you have includes all your gifts and abilities. To the best of your ability. And it includes expanding them as far as they will go. And it includes the abilities and gifts that are dormant. It includes everything, okay? And it includes how you get there. It includes the entire journey. So I feel like for you, you become intimidating to others and threatening to others and this supervillain because you engage everything you've been given in a fearless kind of way. And you stop apologizing for who you are. Some of you guys will come out of the broom closet. You'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm a witch. And what are you going to do about it? I don't fucking care. You're going to feel so protected. You're going to feel so self-empowered. Even in times like these. that it's going to be harder to stay hidden than it will be to come out and say who you really are, you know. But go with your inner guidance. Everybody has to do what's right for them, and we all live in different circumstances. Let's get into these cards. We're 13 minutes in. Okay, Cashapp, connect to your psychic site. Yes, very psychic here. Lots of gifts. Look how scary this cat is. That's your energy. That's what I feel your energy is like. It's just like, that's intimidating. That is an intimidating pussycat. I'll tell you that much right now. Okay. We have zombie wants brains. Strengthen your boundaries. This is you. You've done this. You do not put up with any bullshit from anybody. You're just like, no, don't even. We have cracked crystal. Time to heal yourself. Yes. I feel like one of the reasons you are so powerful and so intimidating is because you've done the work. You've done the shit. And I feel like you would never tell anyone to do anything that you haven't done yourself. So when you give advice, when people ask you like how you've done something, you would never tell someone to do something that you haven't done yourself, or you wouldn't do yourself, because you've been there. You've healed. You've healed a lot. And there's a very strong sense and presence of self here, of authenticity, of no longer hiding, of no longer playing the game of life, of really being connected like to the vessel, to life experience. And I feel like this lusciousness here with this group, like really engaged in the body. And I feel like because this energy is so engaged in the body that like, you're hot, bitch. And it really doesn't matter like what you may think of how you look. Your hotness has to do with your energy. It's an energetic signature. And it has to do with a radical level of self-acceptance. It's just like, it feels like someone who has gotten so tired of not being accepted for who they really are. And even when they've tried to be something they're not, they still weren't okay. So they're like, fuck it, I'm going to be who I am. Fuck the world, because they're not going to accept me anyway. So I might as well be the weirdo that I am. And I'm a weirdo. Hi, weirdo. I'm a weirdo too. We're all weirdos here. So welcome to Weirdo Land. You know, there are more weirdos in the world than not, to be honest. I think most of us are weirdos. They just want you to think that most of the world isn't weirdos. Okay, but most of us are. And if most of us would just give into our weirdness, the world would probably be a much happier place. And you're probably finding that out. A lot of magic is hidden behind your weirdness, your uniqueness, that thing, that those parts of yourself that you might hide from other people because you think they're strange. A lot of those things are creative. They're magical. And you probably know that. You probably know that. Here we go. Let's get some more cards. We have deliverance. We have judgment. There's that judgment. We have endurance. Yeah. I feel the judgment here. It's been hard. Your power has, and I felt this in another reading, maybe from the cutting the cord video. I did that the other day. And it feels like someone who's been very judged and very oppressed and had to fit into some kind of, sorry if you can hear that, that's my neighbor coming home. Their car is really loud. Anyway, someone who's been very judged and very oppressed, and I feel like they have shrunk their energy to try to fit in. And it may be religion, it may be how they were brought up or something like that, but they've had to shrink their self and their gifts. They haven't been free to express their gifts. And abilities. And, you know, that can hurt after a while. You know, having to pretend you're stupid when you're very smart. Having to pretend you're not creative when you're very highly creative. Having to dumb yourself down for everyone else. Because you being the bright light and smart person you are makes everyone around you feel less than. And I got to tell you, honey, that's very toxic. And if you were raised in that kind of situation where people around you had such fragile egos, I'm sorry. You should have had people cheering you on. But I feel like you have become your biggest cheerleader. And that's probably why a lot of those people who judged you in the past are really judging you now. Probably some of you guys, the religion thing keeps coming up. So probably if you guys are a witch, they're judging you for that pretty hardcore right now. But a lot of you are being judged because, again, the selfish thing, it was in the first group, it's in this one. You know, people think you're making selfish decisions. And that's my throat chakra tried to close up, and they really would like you to shut the fuck up. But you're not going to, because, you know, once you really get your throat chakra open, it's not going to close back up. You know, I feel like you've worked a lot on your throat chakra, because I feel like the throat chakra is expanding. Like the throat chakra continues to kind of expand and open, because there's a deliverance here. We have deliverance. There is a deliverance here from this oppression. It's like a magical release. It's like I'm seeing, like, you know, in cartoons and stuff, they would have like these explosive devices, and in the cartoons, and they would be wired up to like a little button, and you'd hit the button. I'm seeing the button, but I'm seeing like there's like a explosion of light on a throat chakra, where it's just the oppression becomes too great, and it has to be relieved. And that's what I'm feeling. I feel like sometimes the pressure to stay small and stay bound up just becomes too toxic, and we have to break that. We have to find release from that. And I feel like when you broke free, it also broke free a lot of what kept your magic or your creativity bound. And I feel like group 2, one of your supervillain powers is this magical creative thing you have. Okay, some of you are so highly spiritually gifted. Like, some of you have the ability to be some kind of great artist. It may not be paint. You know, not every artist is a painter. You have to broaden your idea of art. We have to normalize art being more than just paint, okay? You know, there's so many other mediums, and we have to normalize like new ideas about what art is. Okay, because I feel like some of you have some really creative ideas about art, but subconsciously you're thinking, well, that's not really art. Well, art is creative at its very core. So anything you create in your mind and you put out in the world is potentially art to a degree. Okay, so there you go. All right. Witchcraft, working in the craft, is extremely, of course, creative. All right. You're manifesting. It's an art form in itself. Okay. And some of you guys, one of your superpowers is like when you connect how powerful your art is or your magic is, when you really take that in and sit with it, because you're going to begin to see things manifest in powerful ways, okay? Some of you guys have seen some movement, but you haven't seen major movement. And I feel like some of you guys, your supervillain status is going to go like click up and up and up as these manifestations begin to really hit you. When it begins to really click and you start beginning to make those connections in your mind and you begin to manifest at that level of awareness, you're going to see even more things begin to flow. And the ideas of using your abilities to manifest for more than just you, like manifesting on a collective level, manifesting on a bigger scale, manifesting with bigger ideas on a more expansive level. In an inspired way. Yeah, I feel like you guys are super powerful. You're a bad bitch for sure. We have focus, powerful focus. You know what's funny? Is I think group one got the other focus card. That's so weird. Okay, you got, because this deck weirdly has, I think, has two focus cards. But maybe it's not this one. Maybe I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'm confused. But anyway, you got focus. And I feel that in order to do this level up situation, in order to get into this really beautiful space of, and, you know, sometimes being called, sometimes when you are your own superhero, you're often called a villain. Okay? Because you're a villain to everyone else. Because you're not doing what they want you to do. So I want you to remember that. Becoming focused on your own interests and your own life, especially when you have been focused on other people, can make you very much look like a villain to other people. And sometimes we just have to wear the label. You know, I had to kind of settle into the idea that I was going to look like a villain, a supervillain to people sometimes. And I was okay with it, you know, because I know me. And you know you, right? We have resilience. Yeah, I'm hearing like, I'm the comeback queen. I'm the comeback queen. We have freedom, deliverance, endurance, comeback queen. Yes. Yeah, I feel like you have had to overcome things that would take a lot of people out, honey. I don't think you give yourself enough kudos for that. I don't think you give yourself enough good love energy. I don't think you love on yourself enough. I think you're very demanding. My supervillain, you need to give yourself some luxury. Listen, I know money's tight for some of you, okay? For all of us, really. Who couldn't use more money right now, right? But, you know, be good to yourself, okay? Be good to yourself. Because I feel this with all these cards here. Like, I feel, especially this card. You don't get to be this powerful because everybody's on your side. You don't get to be this powerful because you have a whole bunch of people standing up for you. Many times the witch character in a story is the loneliest person in the story. It's the old lady who lives in the woods, who everyone's scared of, but they go to her when they get in trouble, and she helps them. And then they turn their back on her because they're scared to support her. So she has to be wary of her friends and foes, because in the end, they all are afraid of her power. And I feel that. I feel like people are on guard. And they should be. They should treat you well. Correct? They really should. They should watch how they treat you, because you are not having it anymore. You've had enough of that shit. We have trauma bond. You're not doing this anymore. You're not doing this anymore. If you know what this is, you're not doing this anymore. That's when, you know, you meet somebody and you both have trauma and you sit around and you talk about it and you bond over it. Or maybe one of you has trauma and you use your trauma as a basis for a deep bond with them. You know, you can read about it. But you're not doing this anymore. And I also feel this as an energy of like, I'm not going to let people emotionally use me. I'm not going to let people take advantage of me. I'm not going to just be this, because I feel like you've really been there a lot, because I'm seeing a witch now stirring a cauldron, and I feel like it's emotion. Like, I feel like you have helped people calm their emotions. You've helped people deal with deep emotions. But when it came time for them to give back to you, they didn't do that. I think you've been used. And I feel like you're moving into this energy of like, it's about me. Like, if you cannot be there for me, I will not be there for you, period. There is no do-overs. There's no I'm sorry. There's no blah, blah, blah. We have podcasts, blah, blah, blah. I feel like some of you, and we have bitch. I feel like for some of you, I feel like there are people who are talking about what a bitch you've become. Like, they didn't know what a bitch you are. Like, they can't believe that you are such a fucking bitch. I'm hearing like snobby, stuck up. You have a nasty attitude. All you care about is yourself. You're narcissistic. And the truth is these people can't stand it because they do not have the guts to make the choices you have made. They resent how free you are living because they don't have the guts to live that freely. They live a safe life. It's very safe. 0 risks taken. And the risks they did take were not really risky. I'm seeing the game of risk. That's as much risk as they took, not real risk, right? And here's the thing, I don't think you care about being called a bitch. Not in any sense. I'm one of those people where, I don't care about being called a bitch. I'll wear that label. I don't give one fuck about it. Because when I have to be, I will. I can be a bad bitch, and I can be that bitch, and I can be a fucking bitch. You pick the one. You pick the one that you want to deal with that day by the way you treat me. And I feel that here. And there's no sorry. And you can talk all day. And that's how I feel. Like, I feel this energy, this like, you can talk all day about me. I don't give a shit. I feel like this energy of like, my haters make me famous, bitch. So talk about me. We have addiction and player. We have job and attraction. We have hot-tempered, loves your fiery nature. We have joker and passive-aggressive. I think that there's something here about passive-aggressive. And it feels like you are no longer being passive-aggressive if you have been, okay? If you haven't been, I feel like you're done with dealing with people who are passive-aggressive. Like, you are being more direct. You are being more direct. And I feel like if you have been like the victim, I don't like that word. You have been the person who has been the mark of like passive aggressive jokes or backhanded compliments. You are done with that bullshit. Like, you're not putting up with it. And that's why you have the bitch card here, because you're calling people out on their bullshit. You're just like, no, you can't talk to me that way. You can't fucking treat me that way. That's not okay with me. And if you can't be nice to me, if you can't talk well to me, then you don't fucking deserve to be in my energy, bitch. And that's with a period at the end. Nothing follows. There's a lot of attraction coming towards you. And what I get is like attraction with some obsession with the addiction card, but also with intimidation. And it feels like deadly attraction. And I feel like for some of you, the gossip, the bitch with the podcast, blah, 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 it feels like gossip. Some of you guys have somebody triggered about you as well. They're triggered. You trigger them. The way you talk to them, the way you interact with them is very triggering. We have parasite, lives off other people's money or status or pretends it's because of their own hard work. For some of you, there's somebody who thinks you're ungrateful. Well, what are you supposed to do? I mean, you said thank you. You said thank you. You gave gratitude. I mean, are you supposed to kiss their ass? What are you supposed to do? I mean, where does this bitch get off? How does this bitch know? Why does this bitch care? Go take out your trash and mind your own fucking business. Like this, whoever this bitch is needs to get the fuck out of here. It's for real. Like, she has no business. Like, I feel like this parasitic person is a busybody. Karen energy. Like, seriously. Get the fuck out of here. Like, you don't have time for this bullshit. Fuck off. Unslick Rick. Slides into DMs, but really gets stuck on unread. There's somebody frustrated. They love your fiery nature. Some of you guys have a fan, have some kind of fan or somebody who wants your attention. It's attracted to you. Somebody at work, maybe for some of you, somebody at work who wants your attention. They may want to DM you, or maybe they have and you didn't really respond, or there's something about text and they're frustrated and they think you're a supervillain. But they still want to talk to you. But they see what people are talking about. Okay, you're a little bitchy, but it's hot. We have long lost puppy, comes crawling back and pretends to act remorseful and regretful in order to be on good terms. Yeah. I feel this energy of like, we have puppy and we have bitch here. And then we have this obsessive energy that I picked up on. So I feel like some of you guys have somebody who's a little obsessed with your energy. But for a lot of you, I almost feel like those of you who have like a witchy vibe, I feel like they may be obsessed with like your vibe. Like they may have a little fetish going on or a little obsession with your vibe. Okay, so, if you know, you know. So I want to pull a few more cards for you guys. I know this reading's long, but I want to pull a few more cards for you guys. Tell me about this luscious, juicy witch, this supervillain. Tell me more. Because I feel like you are triggering some people because you are hotter than what you think you are. We have pinned, holding hands down, temptation, persuasive. Yes, you're very tempting. Okay, listen, honey. You have to know your power so you can wield it with wisdom. So some of you guys have super hot, intense attraction energy. Okay, it's luscious, it's juicy, and they want some of it. Okay, and I feel like because you are so aloof to this energy, it gives off this super hot, bitchy kind of witchy energy. Like you're so hot that you don't know it, and you come from this like kind of regal place. Okay, like I can't explain it. It's interesting. We have dirty laundry, gossip about relationship. Okay, so people are definitely talking about how hot you are. Like you're the hot supervillain. Okay, and there's something about you that's very tempting. I feel like for some of this energy, it feels like they may be with people already, and you're kind of like something I don't want to say. This is a PG-13 rating. How could I say this? You are something they enjoy thinking about when they are having alone meditation time. Okay? All right. And I feel like for some of this energy, it feels like you're unapproachable, you're intimidating. There's a little bit of power play here as well. If this is you, you know, all right? Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected the Empress or the Bride of Frankenstein, and you were drawn to the Tiger's Eye stone. This is going to be your reading all about your super villain era. So keep in mind, this is a general reading. It's a general session. So just take what resonates here and leave the rest behind. So yeah, I love this card. It's one of my favorite Empress cards that I own. Beautiful energy. You're definitely a badass supervillain. So let's get into your cards and see what else came out for you. Let's see. We have Fuck You, Buddha. Enlightenment sucks. I kind of feel like, remember when the bride, she sees Frankenstein and she just like screams? I kind of feel that energy. Like, no, this isn't okay. This isn't okay that you bring this dude to me and I'm supposed to just like love this guy, like want to be with this guy. I don't think so. I want to make my own choices. I want to do what the fuck I want to do. We have dickweed death. New beginnings are needed. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, just because this is where I am or what I've been dealt doesn't mean I have to go along with this shit. I feel like some of you guys have changed course or are making some different decisions. You're rocking the boat. That's what I'm feeling like. I'm rocking the boat. I'm upsetting people. Shut up. Suck it up. Okay, not shut up. Suck it up, princess. Accept your karma. Okay. So what I'm actually feeling like is I'm feeling this energy of like, you're dressed in this ball gown. I don't care. This is not about gender. This is energy. Whatever energy you are, you're dressed in a ball gown and you're in these shoes. Okay, the shoes fit beautifully. Okay, they fit really good. But you step in some shit, some horse shit. Okay, and you have to suck it up, princess. Accept your karma. All right. And instead, you're like, I don't just have to accept this is the way it is. I don't have to. I am going to, first of all, I'm going to pull my foot out of this giant load of horse shit. And I'm going to walk over to that bucket of water and I'm going to clean off my foot, first of all. Step one. I'm going to clean my shoe. I'm going to clean my foot. And then I'm going to get my beautiful princess ass in my pumpkin coach. And I'm going to continue on my journey, motherfucker. Exactly. You don't accept just what it is because it's what's there. You know that there are better things for you, that you're meant for better things. And you don't accept mediocrity. You have standards. And honey, you should. It's okay to have standards. It's okay to have certain expectations. It's not okay to have certain expectations of other people and not have them for yourselves. It's not okay to have unrealistic expectations of yourself and others, as long as we're real about them. But to expect people to treat you well is not bad, okay? To expect that you treat yourself well is always good. I feel like you started treating yourself well because instead of having your foot land in the horse shit and just having people say, well, your foot's in the horse shit, what are you going to do now? How are you going to get out? What are you going to do? And then just stand around and talk about, how your glass slippers and the horse shit and what are you going to do about it? You actually do stuff about it now. You don't just sit around and talk about it. You don't just feel immobilized by the issue, right? Actually, you do things about it. It's very powerful because the Bride of Frankenstein, imagine how powerless she felt when they showed her this monster, okay, Frankenstein, and was just like, here. And Frankenstein was like, hey, baby. And the bride was like, I don't think so, Frankie. I don't even know who the fuck you are, What a powerless moment. She had to like really voice her horror at this whole setup as if you could just create her and she would just automatically, you could create her heart and force her to love or be a certain person. She was going to be who she was going to be and she was the bride, but not necessarily his bride, right? She was the bride, her own person. Okay, we have shitful shadow side. Balance your good, bad, and ugly. There we are. Yeah, and that to me is this Empress. Accepting your shadow. Accepting your wants, your needs, your desires. Accepting your warts and all and your light. And not feeling bad about it. I feel like you're not ashamed. Like you don't apologize. You know that no matter how hard you scrub, there will still be remnants of that horse shit on that glass slipper. But it's a testament to where the fuck you've been. Yes, you did step in horse shit in a glass slipper. It's true. But those are still glass slippers, okay? So, it is what it is. And they're 99.9% clean. But they're just a little 0.1% that, still going to be there. The remnants are going to remain. We have Fortuna, fate. Yes. I feel this excited energy here. I feel this energy of, I know that I'm playing the hand of fate. I know that I made different choices. Somewhere, I feel like for you guys in the last 2 to 3 years, somewhere you made or are making, about to make. So I feel like you're making or have made choices that are going to align you to a state where you're literally playing the hand of fate. You're changing the game. And it's ruffling feathers. And I feel these very stern faces around, like somebody in the middle of a circle with all these very stern faces. And they look like guys, but they all look the same. So it looks like male energy, masculine energy. That's energy, not gender. All around judging a feminine energy, saying you're messing up by making these choices. Like, how could you do this? That kind of thing, like judge, judge, judge. And I see the energy in the middle laughing because you're really just living your life, making choices from a conscious place because you're here to play the game of life, to engage life. I feel like you lived up to a point where you didn't. You didn't. And you made some kind of choice, or you're about to make a choice that's going to change the game. And the energies around you, for some of you, are not going to like it. For some of you, there's a masculine energy that's really not going to like this, or they don't like it at all, okay? It's not going to go their way, but it's going to go yours, okay? We have desperation. That's how Frankie felt, right? The Frankenstein, when the bride rejected him. Desperate. Desperate. Please, please. Because in their mind, she's not going along with the story that they already had for her, the expectations. And she's the villain. She's a supervillain because she's not going along with the storyline they had. She was never in on the story. They never included her in the writing of the story. They never thought about how she would feel. It was never taken into consideration. And I just feel this rebellion. This like, I'm not going to do what you want me to do just because you want me to do it. I'm going to do what I want to do. And I feel this energy of desperation, of people trying to talk you out of it, trying to get in your way, trying to make it difficult for you. And group 3, I really want you to lean into your authenticity. That is the root of your power. Know who you are and never apologize for who you are. Because there are people who are going to love you with this horseshoe, glass slipper and all, okay? Because they too have stepped in horse shit in their glass slipper. Okay? They too have a shitty glass slipper just like you do. Right? And they still wear it. So, okay, we have integrity. Boom. Because I feel like the one thing about the bride that we all know is that she was authentically herself. She didn't go along with the program, even though it would have made everybody around her much happier, right? Would have been a much smoother kind of story. It would have been a love story. But that's not how it went. She stayed true to herself. She ruffled feathers. And she was not sorry. And I feel that. I feel that here. Someone who is true to themselves, does not apologize for who they are, and really refuses to allow people to get in their way. And I think people try. There's a lot of faith in self here. Behind the bride's eyes in this picture, I feel knowledge here, like a depth of knowledge and awareness. I feel like you've learned so much on your journey to your authentic self. And you know that sometimes along the journey, we do play the villain in other people's lives. Somebody has to. And at least if you're going to play it, you might as well be you while you're playing it, right? And you might as well play it up. Because on some level, you know that you're catalysting other people. So you're playing your role. You're doing your job as you live your life. And I don't feel like you go out of your way to be a supervillain. I think it just manifests. We have sovereignty because you're sovereign. Because you understand the power you wield in your own life. And when you say no, you mean no. And when you say yes, you mean, oh, hell yes. You mean what you say and you say what you mean. There's no more fulfilling other people's expectations of you. I feel like you have certain, I don't like the word expectation here, but people have to treat you a certain way. They have to be respectful of your energy. They have to come to you with a certain amount of respect. They have to be compassionate. They have to be giving. They can't be someone who takes too much from you. If they do, they're not welcome back in your energy. I feel like people view you at times as very cutthroat with who you allow in your energy. I think that you can be very particular, and therefore it feels like you have high expectations. But the truth is that you're very cautious. You're very guarded. And I feel it's because you have a lot going on. I think some of you have a history of people pleasing. And because of that, you're in this energy of, you may be a Libra. You may be going through this Libra supervillain thing, where the option to people please is no longer on the table. You don't care about making peace. You don't care about making everyone happy. You care about making you happy. You don't care about keeping the peace. You don't care about being the mediator. You don't give a shit if everyone's happy. You care about making yourself happy. Because I feel like you guys have spent a lot of your time, your life, making sure other people were happy while you were miserable. And you made yourself miserable making other people happy. And I feel like you're in this energy, this supervillain energy, where other people may view you as very selfish because you're no longer caring whether they're happy. You care whether you have done what you needed to do for them, what was required. Other than that, you don't care. And that means your job, your family, your friendships. But as far as like overly giving to people, that option is no longer in the multiple choice quiz. So I feel this energy of like, if people do not fucking give back to me how I've given to them, they are marked off the guest list. They are not invited to Frankie and the bride's disastrous wedding. It will be one for Jerry Springer, for sure. Okay, we have Boogie Nights. Finds exhibitionist behavior thrilling and a turn on while pushing people's comfort level. I feel like you're making people uncomfortable. They feel like, I feel there's energies like that think you are doing it for attention. You're doing all this stuff for attention. Of course you want attention. Doesn't everybody want attention, bitch? Of course you want attention. Like, these people who are judging you, fuck them. Of course you want attention. We all want attention. Give us something else. We have the Wolf of Wall Street. They use money and power to get what they want, holds things over people's heads, manipulates people into loving them. Boom. Yeah, I feel that. I feel like there's been a lot of manipulation of your energy. The people pleasing. I feel like some of you felt like you had to, on some level, manipulate people to love you. You maybe bought them things or did things for them to get them to love you. You're finding out that they may have only loved you for the things they could give you, and it really fucking pisses you off because you feel used. It makes you feel angry. And some of you have some shit to say about it, and I encourage you to say it. I do. Like, if someone's been using you for years and taking advantage of you, call them on their shit and say, listen, Paula, I'm no longer going to be available to bring you your iced coffee every morning and you never fucking pay me back for it. I'm not your personal ATM, bitch. Exactly. It's your time. And I just feel like you've run out of patience. You've ran out of peacemaker status. You just don't give a fuck. And you don't have to be a Libra to be feeling this, okay? This is just a general, I don't give a fuck anymore. And a lot of people read this as, wow, they have become a mega bitch. Yes, thank you. I have. Can I get a patch of that to put on my jacket? Because I have. I've reached mega bitch status. Not only am I a supervillain, I'm a mega bitch. Thank you so much. We have legend. Yes, legendary bitch. We are legendary bitch. We are triggered bitch. You got him triggered. Definitely. I feel like the more of a legendary bitch you become, the more triggered bitches there are around you. How dare you tell me that you won't bring me iced coffee in the morning? How dare you want me to pay you the $20,000 it costs for that iced coffee in the morning? Because you know those iced coffees are expensive now. I mean, they really are. How could someone expect you to do for them for free nowadays? It costs to breathe on this planet now. So yeah, it takes a lot of balls for people to do that kind of shit. We have cult leader. We have troll. Aww. This is you. And it's your own cult. It's a cult of self. It's like, yes, I am this magical bitch. I am. I'm a rebel. I'm that bitch. I'm feeling myself. I'm not sorry. I don't care. If I hurt your feelings, fuck off. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm not your personal whipping post. I'm not your personal ATM. And if you don't like it, fuck off. That's just the way it is. This is a cult of me. And I'm happy with that because I'm a legendary bitch. We have troll, this triggered troll here. Right. It's like I hear them whispering. All three groups have people talking about them. When you are a supervillain mega bitch, you're going to have these little trolls that talk about you. You know what I'm seeing? I'm seeing like these little beings, these little trolls in a circle. They're little. They're real little. And they're sitting in a circle and they're cutting out pictures from magazines and putting them together in a collage, talking about you. Maybe somebody's trying to do a little bit of magic on you. Oh, that's funny. Why would they even try? Why would they even try? Okay, let's keep going here. We have love, Kali. Ooh, there's the power. Why would they even try? If someone tries to do magic on you, they really are not too intelligent, not too smart. We have mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all? Me, bitch. Me, that's me. Me, bitch. Okay, we have focus. See, we have another focus card. We had focus in group 2. We had focus in group 1, but I think it was not in this particular group here. That's so weird. I think we've had a focus card in every group. This focus card is ferocious. It's fierce. It's like, what I feel here is you come for me, I'm going to come for you, bitch. You be careful. Listen, I got to tell y'all, people need to be careful who they come for because you do not know what some people have behind them. You don't know the powers that some people deal with. Group 3 is very powerful. You should, if someone's coming for group 3, they should watch themselves. Seriously. Really. They need to think twice, 3 times, possibly 5 or 6 times. Beauty. Aww. Ooh, that mermaid energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Also feel some Aquarius. 14 reduces to a 5. Change energy. I feel jealousy. I feel jealousy over the way you look. Over this legendary bitch. This legendary mega bitch. Yeah, I feel like you're looking better and better. You're looking, and it's not that you look bad in the first place. You're beautiful. I just feel like you're becoming more aware of your beauty. You're becoming more aware of your presence, of your aura, of your effect on other people. And I feel this energy as like seductive, but in a very mysterious way. People want to know more of that. Where did that come from? I want to know. Then we have comes back to people's lives when they are about to heal and move on. Then we have hung up, no communication, lost, severed. Some of you guys have like a no contact situation that is going to try to make a comeback. Okay, they're going to try to come back during their supervillain era. Okay, and I think you guys, they've been watching you enter this era. Okay, and listen, this may be like sweet revenge for y'all. I did a reading on sweet revenge. This may be a sweet revenge for y'all because I feel like there's a lot of change here, like a lot of growth. And the thing is that don't let these bitches come back. Don't let this bitch back in your life. They don't deserve to be in your energy. Being in your energy is a fucking privilege, not a right. They don't deserve to be there. They don't deserve to be around you. I think for some of you guys, there was a tower moment with that person. And it really took you to a dark place. You had to work to get to this place, to get to this mega bitch kind of supervillain status, right? You had to work to get here. So not everybody deserves to be in your presence. You're fine. You're legendary. And I think the people who do not, I feel like you have really high boundaries and what some would say high expectations for people because you want to keep out people who do not have good intentions. Like you do not want to mess with petty ass motherfuckers. And so you keep your circle tight and you keep the people who are close to you very, very few. Okay. I do want to tell you, group 3, I do believe it's time that you might want to think about letting some more people in. I feel like your circle, your inner circle is going to grow some. We have Aquarius here with Invisible. I feel like you guys, I feel like you may have an Aquarius that's circling the wagons, your energy a little bit, who's maybe wanting to like have communication or come in as a friend or something like that. Could be romantic. This ain't a love reading, y'all. Okay. Plays with people's emotions. F person. Okay. I feel like you are becoming more magnetic. Okay. That's part of the supervillain thing. You're looking really hot. Okay. You're looking really good. Okay. You're becoming more magnetic. And so people are going to get jealous. All right. We have this cult leader, magnetism around you. All right. This legendary energy. And honestly, the more you don't give a fuck, the more people want to come towards you. It's this energy of like, I don't really care anymore. I don't care. I really don't. I'm just going to do me, be happy, enjoy my life, and whatever happens, happens kind of thing. And it draws people and places and things to you. Okay. So I feel like some of you guys have this. Okay. And I know you're like, I know, I'm just telling you, you got this around you. Okay. It could be this person that we talked about earlier, this person here kind of like circling your energy, wanting to come back in because they're seeing this they're seeing this Kali energy and this beauty energy, and then we have the Kali energy of love. And so they might be wanting to try to hook up again. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. We have a Mercury retrograde coming up. Although this is a timeless reading, there is a Mercury retrograde coming up. Don't say it with me. I will not get back together with any ex during Mercury retrograde. Okay, say it with me, say it loud, mean it, live it. It's a truth. Okay, we have working on my bag, Taurus. I feel like this is your energy. Like you're doing your thing, you're working your journey. And you're making smart moves. And listen, when you start making a lot of smart moves, especially in business, you get a reputation as a bitch because, you know, you make moves that sometimes look, you know, intense to other people. And because at times they don't serve other people. If you had made other decisions, they judge you for it, right? When you make power moves in business, a lot of times you get that reputation. But I also feel like there's something about your presence. It's just becoming more and more powerful. And I feel like it's growing, and it has to do with the decisions you're making, the movements you're making. And it could be the way you're expressing yourself in the world. Your voice becomes powerful. And to some people, that will become intimidating. For other people, your truth is going to really touch them. There are words being spoken here that really hit home for people. It's just different for different people. We have Has Secrets, Virgo. Maybe you're a Virgo as well. You have this mysterious energy that people want to know more about the supervillain, this mega bitch. Okay. And I feel like the truth is that you have this energy of being, yes, a supervillain. You're a supervillain because you make decisions that are in your best interest, that got you out of a toxic pattern of behavior. So actually, you're a hero because you're no longer in toxic patterning. You're no longer doing those toxic behaviors. You're living an authentic life where you are no longer actively like doing those toxic behaviors. It doesn't mean you don't have issues. It doesn't mean you're perfect, but you're more self-empowered. You're more aware. You're moving in powerful ways. And it's intimidating because you don't do it asleep. You're awake to it. You're becoming more aware of your physical appearance. You're becoming more aware of your presence. You're becoming more aware of your beauty. You're going to become more and more aware of how you're drawing people to you. All of these are levels of self-empowerment. We become more realized in ourself, in our vessel. And as we connect with our vessel and how our vessel, how our presence, how our personality affects other people, and we really bring those truths deeply into ourselves, we realize how powerful we are and how we can make things happen and our influence we have on other people. When we have people talking about us, we have people triggered. When people get triggered over us, yeah, you've got some power there. You've got some power there. We have hex, cursing. So yeah, you probably have people who curse your name or hex on you or just send you hate in general. Just remember, people hate on what they can't be. I feel a lot of jealousy here as far as how you look and things like that. It brings out the worst in people. I do feel like the hexing and the cursing stuff, do some protections, okay? Do some return to senders, do some uncrossing, those kind of things, and you'll be fine, okay? Not all of you are hexed, not all of you are cursed, so don't take that, don't accept that as your truth if you don't feel it. Okay, that won't be for everyone. I don't want all of you to feel like you've been hexed and cursed. Sometimes, a hex can feel as simple as someone hating on you, sending you hate, talking trash on you, talking badly about how you looked at an event or something, or your pictures on Instagram. Okay, listen, people are going to judge you. And when you are a badass bitch like this, people like to hate on badass bitches. They do. Because they could never do what you do. They don't have the guts to do it. They just couldn't do it. They don't have the strength of will to be you. And so they hate on it. They would love to have that freedom. They would love to have that ability, but they're intimidated by the process it took to be you, to be the supervillain. And that's why you're a supervillain. They look for reasons to make you the bad guy. I want you to know that. They look for reasons because you are sexy and we have desire here. So, although some of you guys are just walking into the sexy part of self, I feel like the more you embrace this really luscious, delicious part of your supervillain energy, I think the more you're going to flow into kind of a natural rhythm of self. And you'll find that you will attract more of the right people into your life and opportunities. I feel like there's a lot of magic that is going to come to you as you kind of fall into the flow of your attraction, okay, of your desire, of your sexiness, okay? Just let it flow, all right? Because you are that bitch. You really are. You really are. I need you to really walk into it, okay? You are a supervillain. You are a mega bitch, okay? And that is not a bad thing at all, all right? Okay, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this resonated. If it did, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical creatures next time. Bye, guys.